Mr. Speaker, but will he accept that the logical next step of the strategy which he's been pursuing now for over 6 months, if not more, is to arm the opposition? That's the logical position he's in. And I think it's profoundly mistaken. He's eloquently condemned and carried the whole House, every time he's made a statement these last 6 months, the horror, the deterioration, the barbarity of the evil Assad regime. But actually, it's his strategy which is wrong. Just going for regime change in what is a civil war, with a Shia-Sunni conflict there, with a reincarnation of the Cold War as well, is not going to ever achieve its objective. What he should be doing is just, instead of just promoting the opposition's call for negotiations, you should actually test Assad's willingness to negotiate, expressed over the weekend, test it to destruction. And he's not doing that. He's pursuing a failed strategy, a monumental failure of diplomacy, and it's making the situation worse.
Well, the right honourable gentleman doesn't really help his case in the way that he describes the government's position. And of course, it very much follows from what I've been saying in answer to the Shadow Foreign Secretary, that we believe the apparent offer to negotiate with President Assad must be tested and tested to destruction, absolutely. So we will certainly do that, and the right honourable gentleman and I will agree very strongly on that. But he has to think, or he would have to think if he was in government today, that if that doesn't work, and over the last 2 years it hasn't worked, then what else do we do? And well, he says from a sedentary position it hasn't been tried. It's been tried countless times. Lakhdar Brahimi has been to Damascus countless times. Kofi Annan before him went to Damascus countless times. Every possibility has been given to the regime to negotiate, and they have never entered into a sincere or meaningful negotiation. That being the case, it is not adequate to watch slaughter on this scale and say we will stick our heads in the sand about it. It is important to have a foreign policy that relieves humanitarian suffering and upholds human rights. And I would have thought that was something the right honourable gentleman would always have been in favour of.